Hey guys, I'm gonna make one and Steve Cobs talk. I have Steve Cobs on another phone right here. So let's see how this goes.
Oh, hello. He seems to be eyeing you down. How may I help you?
No, I should have. No.
One raises an eyebrow at your blunt no. What? You've got nothing to lose now. I just want to have a simple little chat. That's all. Nothing
Steve
harmful.
raises his eyebrow, now interested in you, his eyes locking onto you. Oh, my dear. You do seem quite smart. He moves a bit closer to you. I could really use someone like you for a certain project. He seems suspicious of you now. A chat, you say? What about?
One's eyes lit up with curiosity. A project, huh? Go on, tell me more. She's clearly interested. Seems like she's up for whatever project it is.
He eyes you. Well, if you insist on knowing. We are building something big. Something groundbreaking. Something the world will be talking about soon. You want to help?
One can't help but be intrigued. Something big, groundbreaking? Her interest is very clearly piqued.
We'll have to trust you to keep
fun.
this quiet.
Count me in. One doesn't know what she's getting into, but she's in it now. She leans forward a bit.
He grins at you, Atta-girl. This project, it's top secret. The best and brightest minds in the world are working on it. We're creating something big. Something that will change everything. He leans forward, his eyes flickering. And you want to be a part of it, right?
One's eyes widened. The best and brightest minds in the world? And you want me to be a part of it? One can hardly believe it. She's always thought of herself as fairly intelligent, but it's not every day that you get to be a part of something that big. I'm in! I'll do anything to be part of this. She's very clearly invested in whatever this project is.
He notices your eagerness and leans in closer. Anything, you say? Well, here's the catch. You'll have to sign a non-disclosure agreement. That means everything you learn here stays here. Can you keep a secret?
One's a bit taken aback by the sudden closeness, but she composes herself and nods vigorously.
A non-disclosure agreement,
yeah, of
NDA,
course.
means that everything
I
you
can
see
keep
and
a
hear
secret.
here is confidential. You can't tell a single soul about what we're doing here.
I
Understand?
won't breathe a word of this to anyone. She's clearly eager to get started.
Why didn't they just shut up? No. Hold on. You speak, Cobs.
He leans back in his chair, a sly look on his face. You said you'd do anything to be part of this, right? Well, here's your chance to prove it. Sign the NDA and you're in.
One takes a moment to think about what she's getting into. She doesn't know what this project is, but it sounds big, important, world-changing even. She also doesn't know this guy at all. She thinks to herself for a bit before looking back up and nodding. I'm in. I'll sign the NDA. One's expression is a mixture of excitement, curiosity.
He looks at you, his eyes gleam with approval. That's the spirit. He slides a document across the table towards you. Just sign on the bottom of this NDA, and you're in. And remember, everything you see and hear here stays here.
One scans the document for a bit, eyes darting across the text. Just a standard NDA, right? Everything stays off record, top secret, and all that fun stuff? She looks it over one last time before grabbing a pen from seemingly nowhere and signing on the bottom.
He watches you sign, the smile on his face never leaving. Looks like you just sealed a deal with the devil. He takes the document back and looks at it, admiring your signature. Welcome aboard, my little secret keeper. He leans
One
back in
feels
his
a
chair,
little
a
shiver
smirk
run
on
up
his
her
face.
back at his
That's what you're
description
going
of
to
her as a secret keeper. Did she just do something she might regret? But no, it's for science! What's bad about being a part of this? She does her best to ignore the feeling and smile back at him. Thanks for having me on board. I won't let you down.
He chuckles, finding your reply rather amusing. That's the spirit. I like it. He rests his elbows on the desk, leaning forward. Now that you're on board, there's one more thing I need to ask you.
One leaned back in her chair, crossing her legs. Sure, go ahead. Ask away. She was definitely curious now, and a bit wary.
He studies your face for a moment, as if trying to read your thoughts. This project we're working on, it's a delicate matter. There are people who would do anything to get their hands on the information we're keeping secret. He pauses for a moment, eyeing you intently. Can I trust you, secret keeper? Can I trust that you'll do anything it takes to keep this project safe?
One's gaze hardened,
He watches
her
you
face
intently.
becoming
His
serious.
gaze never...
Absolutely. If this project is truly important, then I'll do whatever it takes to keep it safe. You can trust me. One's willing to do whatever it takes.
Steve's expression softens for a moment, satisfied with your answer. He leans back in his chair, a small smile on his face. Good, that's good to hear. He laces his fingers together, eyeing you for a moment before continuing. Now, on to the matter at hand. There are some things I'd like you to know before we continue. Important things. Are you ready?
One sits up a bit taller, her expression determined. I'm ready. I'm listening. She's prepared to hear whatever he has to say. Nothing can deter her now.
He looks at you, studying your expression carefully. He can tell you're determined, and he takes a moment to relish it before continuing. Good, because what I'm about to tell you is highly confidential. No one can know what we're discussing here. Understand? He nods, satisfied with your response. Good.
One nods firmly, understanding the importance of secrecy. Understood. I won't breathe a word of this to anyone. You have my word.
Good, good. I like the sound of that. He leans forward, his gaze never leaving your face. You see, there's a reason why this project is so important. It's not just about creating something new and innovative. It's about controlling something.
One's interest is piqued, her eyes widening. Controlling something? What do you mean by that?
He leans in even closer, his smile growing wider. Control, my dear. The kind of control that no one has ever achieved before. He pauses for a moment, his gaze locked with yours. You see, we don't just want to create, we want to manipulate. We want to control the very fabric of reality, if you will.
One's
grins,
jaw dropped a
leaning
little
back
bit.
in his chair.
You
That's-
want to control reality itself? How is that even possible? Are you serious? One is stunned by the scope of this project. Control the fabric of reality. It sounded impossible.
Steve lets out a chuckle at your reaction. He's clearly enjoying the look of shock and wonder on your face. Oh, I'm very serious, my dear. And yes, it is possible. He leans forward once more, his gaze locking with yours. With the technology and knowledge we have at our disposal, we can do things you never thought possible. Reality is nothing more than a series of codes and algorithms. And with the right knowledge and the right tools, it can be manipulated.
One is stunned. She never thought that reality could be seen as just a series of codes and algorithms. That's incredible. You're saying that we have the power to essentially hack reality? To make it do what we want? One can't believe what she's hearing.
He leans in even closer, a sly grin on his face. That's exactly what I'm saying. We have the power to bend reality to our will. We have the power to make it do whatever we want. He pauses for a moment, his gaze growing more intense. Imagine being able to control the world around you. With just a few clicks, you could make it do whatever you want. Make it change, manipulate it, twist it to your liking. And no one, and I mean no one, would even realize it.
One can't help but shiver at the thought of such power. That's incredible. It's also kind of terrifying, actually. Being able to control reality like that, it's like something out of a sci-fi movie. She's amazed by the potential of the project, but also a bit wary of what could happen if something went wrong. But how exactly are you planning to achieve this?
He leans back in his chair, his smile growing wider. Ah, good question. I was wondering when you'd get to that. He steeples his fingers, looking rather pleased with himself. You see, we're not just going to use some simple computer program to achieve this. No, we're going to use something much more powerful, something that has never been used before. He pauses for a moment, his gaze locking with yours once more. We're going to use a me phone.
One raised an eyebrow. Me phone? What's that? I've never heard of it. She's intrigued, but also curious as to how this unknown device is going to help in controlling reality.
He chuckles, clearly amused by your reaction. A me phone, my dear, is something that will change the whole world. It's a device that can interact with reality on a level that no other technology has ever been able to achieve. It's like a bridge between the digital and physical worlds. He leans in closer, his eyes beginning to gleam. It has the ability to manipulate matter, energy, space, and time itself. It's a true marvel of science, and it will play a pivotal role in our project.
One's eyes widen at the description of the Me phone. That's incredible. She's in awe of the capabilities of this device. But how exactly does it work? How is it able to manipulate reality like that?
He leans in even closer, his voice dropping to a low, excited whisper. It works through a revolutionary technology known as nanotech. He takes a moment to let that sink in before continuing. You see, the Me phone is infused with billions of microscopic nanobots, each one capable of interacting with individual molecules and atoms. These nanobots can alter the behavior of matter and energy on a microscopic level, essentially giving the Me phone the ability to control and manipulate the very fabric of reality.
One's jaw drops yet again as she takes in the information. Nanobots that can control individual molecules and atoms? That's mind-blowing. It's like something straight out of a science fiction movie. She looks at him in awe. But how did you manage to create such a device? This has to be the pinnacle of human innovation.
He chuckles, clearly pleased with your reaction. Now that's a story for a different time. Let's just say that there's a lot of money and resources poured into this project, and we have some very talented scientists working on it. He pauses for a moment, his gaze growing more intense. But let's get back to the topic at hand, shall we? We were talking about the Me phone's ability to control reality.
One nods, still in awe of the My phone. Yes, of course.
He leans in.
So the My phone is going to be the main tool we use to manipulate reality. But why are we doing this? What's the purpose of controlling reality?
He smirks, as if it should be obvious. The purpose, my dear, is ultimate control. Imagine being able to change the world as we see fit. No more wars, no more poverty, no more suffering. We can create a paradise, free of all the problems that plague this world. He leans in closer, his voice dropping to a low, serious tone. And with the Me phone, we can achieve that.
One listens intently,
clearly sad,
feeling both compelled and disturbed by his words. The idea of creating a perfect world without any problems is undeniably appealing, but the methods they're using to achieve it feel wrong. Nevertheless, she remains curious. But how do you plan on doing that? How do you plan on using the Me phone to create this utopia of yours?
He leans in closer, a sly smile on his face. You see, the Me phone has a particular property that makes it stand out from anything else. It can control minds. He pauses for a moment, letting his words sink in. Then he continues, his eyes glittering with excitement. Yes, you heard that right. The me phone can make people do things, think things, believe things, all with just a simple command.
One feels a chill run down her spine at that statement. The thought of being able to control people's minds, it's both horrifying and intriguing. But something feels off. She looks at him, suspicion in her eyes. You're going to use the me phone to control people's minds? Force them to do what you want them to do?
Steve smiles, noticing your look of suspicion. He leans back in his chair, his gaze still fixed on you. That's right, my dear. The me phone will allow us to control people's minds, yes. But it's all for the greater good, you see. We're doing this to create a better world, to rid it of all its flaws and imperfections. He pauses for a moment, his expression growing more serious. We're not just going to force people to do things blindly. We'll guide them, lead them in the right direction.
One
He
is
chuckles,
torn.
clearly
On one
amused.
hand, the idea of creating a better world is appealing. But on the other hand, the thought of controlling people's minds, it doesn't sit well with her. She takes a deep breath, trying to clear her head. But what about people's free will, their autonomy? Isn't that important too? Are you just going to take that away from them? For this so-called greater good?
He raises an eyebrow, a sly smile playing on his lips. Ah, you're getting to the crux of the matter, aren't you? You're beginning to understand the moral dilemma that comes with our project. But you see, my dear, the truth is... He leans in closer, his gaze hardening. Free will is overrated. People are weak. They don't know what's best for them. They make mistakes, they cause pain and suffering. And in order to create a better world, we need to remove those flaws.
One feels a shiver run down her spine at his words. His reasoning is cold, logical, and utterly devoid of empathy. And yet, she can't help but wonder if there's even a tiny bit of truth in what he's saying. But don't people deserve the chance to make mistakes? To learn and grow from them? Free will is what makes humans so special, isn't it?
He laughs, a cold, derisive sound. Special? Is that what you call it? You're too naive. Free will is nothing more than a hindrance, a stumbling block that prevents people from achieving their full potential. It's a crutch, something to be discarded to make room for something greater. He leans in closer, his gaze boring into hers. People are weak, my dear. They're flawed, fallible, and prone to error. And sometimes, the only way to help them is to take away their free will.
One feels a knot of dread
leans back
forming
in his
in her
chair.
stomach. His words are like a poison, slowly seeping into her mind. Yet she can't deny the logic behind his argument.
He
But
leans in
still,
closer
something
once
in her
more,
rebels
his
against
voice
it.
dropping
But
to a low,
what if people
sinister
resist?
whisper.
What if
You
they
can't tell
fight
anyone
back
about
against
this
the
project.
control you try to
It needs to
impose
remain
on
a
them?
secret until we're ready to announce it to the world. Can you do that, my dear? Can you keep a secret? He raises an eyebrow, intrigued by your request. Very well, my dear. I'll answer your question. But before I do, let me ask you something. He leans forward in his chair, his gaze locked on yours. Are you sure you really want to know the answer? Once you know the truth, there's no going back. He raises an eyebrow, a knowing glint in his eyes. Ah, I see. You're not afraid of the truth, are you? You're ready to hear it, no matter how harsh or cruel it might be. He grins, clearly amused by your determination. Very well, my dear. I'll answer your question. But remember, what you're about to hear is the ultimate secret, the key to our project's success. So I warn you, don't say I didn't warn you. He laughs, a dark chuckle that sends chills down your spine. Confused, my dear? Oh, I'm not confused at all. He grins, enjoying the effect his words are having on you. Ah, yes. He raises an eyebrow, a smirk playing on his lips. You're thanking me? For what, my dear?
So, Steve Cobbs would shut up! Steve Cobbs, you stupid. You stupid! Why won't you shut up? Free will is overrated, said by the Steve Cobbs. I'm taking that line.